Every time you toss vegetable scraps into the trash, you're actually throwing away some of the richest plant food nature has to offer. Those peels, stalks, and trimmings you consider waste are bursting with nutrients that your soil craves and your crops thrive on. Instead of draining your wallet on expensive chemical fertilizers, you can recycle what's already in your kitchen to grow stronger, greener, and more productive plants. The secret is knowing how to convert everyday vegetable scraps into natural fertilizer that feeds the soil and boosts your harvest. This isn't just about saving money. It's about building healthier gardens that resist pests, produce bigger yields, and keep giving season after season. Once you learn how to unlock the hidden power in your vegetable waste, you'll never look at kitchen scraps the same way again. Let's dive into the best methods to transform what you're throwing away into a powerful growth booster for your crops. Vegetable leftovers are packed with organic matter that breaks down into the exact nutrients plants need. Banana peels hold potassium and phosphorus, potato skins carry starch and micronutrients, carrot tops have calcium, and leafy scraps provide nitrogen. Together, these scraps create a balanced feed that strengthens roots, improves flowering, and increases fruiting. Unlike synthetic fertilizers that burn the soil over time, vegetable-based fertilizers enrich the earth naturally, improving both fertility and structure. The beauty of this approach is that nothing goes to waste. Instead of rotting in landfills and releasing harmful gases, your kitchen scraps cycle back into the soil to grow more food. It's the ultimate closed-loop system for sustainable gardening, and it works whether you're growing in pots, raised beds, or open fields. One of the easiest ways to recycle vegetable scraps is to turn them into a liquid fertilizer, often called scrap tea. This method, pulls out the soluble nutrients from the scraps and makes them readily available for your plants. To prepare, just collect about 2 to 3 handfuls of mixed vegetable peels and trimmings. Chop them into small pieces for faster breakdown. Place them in a clean bucket or container. Then add 2 liters of clean water. Stir the mixture well, cover it lightly, and let it sit for 3 to 5 days in a shaded spot. Be sure to stir once daily to encourage fermentation. After the steeping period, strain out the solids and keep the liquid. This is your concentrated fertilizer. Before applying, dilute it at a ratio of 1 part fertilizer to 3 parts water. Use the diluted solution to water around the base of your crops once every 2 weeks. This feed is especially beneficial for leafy vegetables, herbs, and fruiting plants like tomatoes and peppers. The leftover solids don't go to waste either. Mix them directly into the soil as a compost starter or bury them near the roots of fruit trees for slow-release nutrition. If you want a more powerful homemade fertilizer, fermentation is the key. By allowing vegetable scraps to ferment, you create a nutrient-rich solution that not only feeds plants but also improves soil microbes that support healthy growth. To make it, gather about 1 kilogram of assorted vegetable scraps. Chop or blend them into smaller pieces to speed up fermentation. Place the scraps into a large plastic container and add 3 liters of water. To encourage the breakdown process, add 2 tablespoons of sugar or molasses, which serve as food for beneficial microbes. Stir thoroughly and cover the container loosely to allow gases to escape. Let the mixture ferment for 7 to 10 days, stirring once daily. You'll notice bubbling, which is a sign that microbes are at work. After fermentation, strain the liquid and store it in a tightly sealed bottle. This is your concentrated fertilizer. When applying, dilute at a ratio of 1 part fertilizer to 10 parts water. Use it as a soil drench around the base of your crops every 2 to 3 weeks. This fermented solution is excellent for boosting flowering, strengthening stems, and increasing resistance to pests and diseases. Banana peels are, honestly, one of the most powerful single-ingredient fertilizers from your kitchen. They're naturally high in potassium and phosphorus, 2 nutrients that directly influence flowering, fruiting, and root development. For a quick fertilizer, just chop 3 fresh banana peels and blend them with 1 liter of water until smooth. Then pour this mixture directly into the soil near the base of flowering or fruiting crops like peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, or even roses. The nutrients are quickly absorbed, giving your plants a noticeable boost. Now, for a longer-lasting option, dry banana peels in the sun until they're crisp, and then crush them into powder. Mix about 2 tablespoons of this powder into the soil near each plant. Over time, it slowly releases nutrients, providing extended feeding. If you want a lightweight, storable option, you can turn vegetable scraps into powdered fertilizer. This method works best with drier scraps such as onion skins, garlic peels, carrot tops, and, leafy trimmings. Spread the scraps on a tray and leave them to dry completely under the sun or in a low-temperature oven until they're brittle. Once they're dry, go ahead and grind them into a fine powder using a blender or, a mortar and pestle. Store the powder in a dry, airtight container. To apply, just sprinkle about 2 tablespoons of vegetable scrap powder around the base of each plant and water well. This method is convenient, long-lasting, and honestly, it's perfect for gardeners who want a ready-to-use organic fertilizer on hand at any time. Sometimes the simplest method is, the most effective. Directly burying vegetable scraps in the soil turns them into a slow-release fertilizer. This approach really mimics natural decomposition and steadily enriches the earth over the course of several weeks. To do this, dig a hole about 15 centimeters deep near the root zone of your plants. Place your chopped scraps inside, then cover with soil. As they decompose, they release nutrients that roots can absorb gradually. This method is excellent for heavy feeders like corn, squash, and fruit trees. The key is chopping scraps small so they break down faster, and avoiding adding large amounts all at once, which may attract pests. By burying in different spots over time, you spread fertility evenly across your garden. If you need an immediate nutrient boost for your crops, blending scraps into a slurry works wonders. Simply combine a handful of mixed vegetable peels with 1 liter of water in a blender. Blend until smooth, then pour the slurry directly into the soil around plants. This method gives quick-release nutrients, making it ideal for seedlings, leafy greens, or crops that look like they need a fast pick-me-up. The fine particles are easy for soil microbes to digest, and plants respond with faster growth. When you start feeding your garden with vegetable scraps, you'll notice more than just greener leaves and bigger fruits. Over time, your soil becomes darker, richer, and full of life. Earthworms multiply, beneficial microbes flourish, and the soil holds water better. This living soil is the foundation for long-term gardening success. The best part is that you're reducing waste while producing your own free fertilizer. What was once kitchen trash becomes the secret weapon that keeps your garden thriving season after season. Whether it's a small container garden on your balcony or a large vegetable plot, turning scraps into fertilizer is one of the smartest gardening habits you can adopt. Your kitchen waste holds the power to transform your garden into a productive paradise. From simple scrap tea to fermented fertilizers and banana peel boosters, there's no limit to what vegetable leftovers can do once you recycle them into plant food. Instead of throwing them away, start feeding your soil and watch your plants thank you with stronger growth, bigger harvests, and healthier resilience. If you found this guide valuable, make sure to subscribe to Growth Hub's Central Crops and share it with fellow gardeners. Together, we can grow smarter, waste less, and harvest more.